So how's everything going inside there? You guys doing well or what?
Yeah, very well.
Good.
Any thoughts on Katie Holmes and Tom Cruise?
Yeah, they got divorced. You got Tom Cruise is a very intense guy. She's gonna marry someone who's just as intense as he is and not an airhead.
And Scientology couldn't fix that?
Not if somebody doesn't want it. Scientology is technology. You know, it's like if you you use it to improve yourself and do whatever you want to do. You don't. It's not something you can't force somebody to do anything they don't want to. Sometimes you don't force people to stay married to someone they don't want to be married to.
Is that why so many OTs are blowing?
I don't know any.
You don't?
No.
Marty Rathbun? Mark Rinder? Corey Chrisman? None of them ring a bell?
How's that for communication?
Well, he came out here and took our pictures and admitted to using Scientology. See,
It's America, man. It's a free country.
Yeah,
It
that's-
sure
take a
is,
picture-
but it's
take
not
a-
free country to abuse people.
Oh, you forgot. Okay.
Look into the abuses on the RPF. It's pretty disgusting.
Breaking into the IRS is not legal.
The IRS determined everything is everything is legal under that organization of Scientology are tax free.
Yeah, but Mary Sue Hubbard went to jail.
Stuff usually happens, 50 years of discrimination.
The psychotherapy is still up across the street.
That's how well they're doing at stamping out this thing.
Yeah.
It's like totally out of place there.
It's been 2 years.
It's totally out of place with the rest of the terms.
I will say I love it. I love it. I went to the Philly org. Oh, you did? I was so paranoid that I acted the opposite of my nature. I alluded to Ritalin use. They had no interest in me. I acted like I was so drugged they could hardly deal with me. I loved it. They had no. I don't know if I looked like.
You acted like yourself.
I said opposite my nature, Dork. I was hardly talkative. Yeah, I don't think they had any interest in me. You know, if you have real psychological problems or they guess that you have no money, they will not take, especially the Philadelphia org. They're kind of snobs. There was an article online that they specifically said, we pick and choose who we bring in. And I was just like, they're so desperate. I don't understand why they would do that. So.
I can't say you're wrong.
How did you react when you were in? Did you hear criticism?
no, I was in the 70s, and I didn't know anybody who actively protested about it. I knew some people that I worked with that thought it was kind of weird, but I says, it's my thing, and I should be able to do whatever I want, and I didn't see any harm in it, and I thought like a lot of these people did, that I figured that, okay, they haven't been in, and they don't know what they're really talking about. So, and that was probably true. I mean, that was long before there was internet and all this other information out there. So I think back then it was easy for people to walk into this without knowing the other side of it. Nowadays I don't think there's any excuse. There's been enough people who've come out and written books and stuff like that and done interviews and explained about what's the problems of Scientology are. So it's hard for me to understand that anybody could walk in here today and be blind to what this is really all about. When I started too, it was like, again, I didn't know what this was. It's supposed to be like church, it's supposed to be religion. So when the people in the church, and they seem like they're nice and they're telling you stuff, you kind of trust it and says, well, why would they lie to me about anything, So I think back then it was easy to fool people about Scientology. I can't see how anybody could walk in here today, like I say, and be fooled about it.
Exactly made you leave?
It was 2003, 2002. And actually I didn't leave, they kicked me out. Because I found that Xenu thing online. I just thought it was so exciting to tell everybody. And they try to control that, right? And they try to make me sign something. And
They
I'm
try
like,
to have you sign.
a non-disclosure agreement, and I'm like, I'm not an OT on the OT levels. I'm not signing anything. No money involved. I don't need to sign anything.
Who asked you to sign that?
Actually, in the ethics, I think Pam McKinnis,
Okay.
the ethics officer. I'm like, no, and they're like, you can't be here then. I'm like, okay, then give my money back.
Which they didn't.
And they didn't because I didn't sign. Because they said they give my money back if I sign. And I'm like, that's not negotiating deal. You know, if you refuse a service, the money is due back to me. And they're like, good luck with getting that, since everything is set up where everything is considered a donation and not a fee. And that's what the dangerous thing is. That's what needs to change, because that's what they make you sign when you go on course. That this is a donation, not a fee for something. And I'm like, if I'm in college and I take a course, that's a fee for that course. That's not a donation. You know, even colleges have charitable areas where you donate, but when you get a service, that's a business. And that's what they have. They just try to make the distinction of it being donation, which is not. That's the fraud here.
What persuaded you to join the Sea Org?
What happened? I mean, they regged me. They ask you like daily basis, you know. If I said, hey, I'm gonna try it out. So I went to California. I was there like for 3 months. But when I started asking the hard questions, that's when I changed my mind, you know. It's not for me. Because if I don't have my future down path, you know, medical benefits, those kinds of things, if I don't get that, you know, then what's the use of this? Plus 401k, the retirement plan, you know.
But did they ask you to join to pay for courses because you didn't have money?
Yeah, that was another selling point. They're like, hey, you get free courses if you join, right? Mm-hmm. But then here's the other scam. You get the free courses, right? But when you leave, you have to pay it back.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, how does that work? You already worked those hours off, you know, and they said that the course was free, so to off balance, to offset those hours, you don't get paid as much, but you get free courses. But then how come I have to pay back when I leave? Since I already worked for it, you know?
Right.
That's where the scam is. But they're like, that's to not make you leave, and I'm like, it's not up to you to decide, you know, or to force my hand on that, you know?
Because this is my atmosphere, not yours.
We're on the public streets.
Yeah, it's my atmosphere.
And they
So you
photograph
should
us all the
respect
time.
We never cross this line out of
You should
respect.
respect that. What happened?
Forget where you're going.
No, they closed the door because you're in
Just
there.
do some research, miss. We're not out here to be jerks. We're not out here to make enemies.
L. Ron
But
Hubbard
you
was a
have to
racist.
be. If you're
Just
around
knock
here,
on the door. We'll let you in.
if you all around here disturbing this peace, you shouldn't do that.
We're not disturbing the peace. We're not preventing you from going in.
Business. They have to pull the
The
curtain
business?
right
It is a
now.
business.
Did you call it a
It
business?
is a business, not a religion.
Yes.
It's a business.
Yes.
Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You shouldn't harass me because I'm
This is
But you
conversation.
are.
They
because
shouldn't disconnect families.
No, you are harassing me because you have me on your video camera. That's disrespectful. That's
You know
disrespectful.
what's disrespectful is when Scavenge beating people up. And your
Look,
money
I
going to
have
support
nothing to do with that.
Of course.
By giving them money, you are
I don't
supporting
eat pork, but people sell it.